This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, the mighty Freo Dockers are heading over to Adelaide. They're going to play the Crows in the semi-final clash. It's a game for the ages.
And you know what, Shaun? So imagine, the game's happening and then, people are reading each other's plays and it's getting intense, and they never see the fact that our girl, Becca Driscoll, she pulls her pants down right at the right time, like she does on buses. Is that your strategy going forward, is it, Beck? Oh, sorry, Emma. Beck. Sorry, M.
First of all, hello team. How are you?
Hi.
It's very weird not seeing your beautiful faces today.
What's happening? Are you really busy? What's happening?
Yeah, we're a bit busy. We have gym and then we fly out this morning, so it's probably just easier. I head straight to the club. So sorry.
Everyone else is saying because you're all Australian nominated that you don't you won't
getting
stoop.
ahead of herself.
You won't stoop to come into the studio anymore.
Don't show my face anymore. No, I reckon. So Nate, you're on to make the team. I might have to pull my pants down. I think.
I've heard it's
what you're known for.
I've heard it's disarming. I like it. Hey, I'm really proud of you.
No.
The way that you've spoken about in the media about your game and also your attitude, you're a great girl. Well done, Em.
Oh, thanks,
You're
Nate.
killing it. You're killing
I
it.
feel like you guys would know I'm a great girl already. You see me once a week.
No. We're just surprised by this outcome.
We know you're a filthy animal. But we're just saying, you're doing a really great thing for women's sport.
Oh, that's incredible. No, well, thank you. I think you guys are a part of it. You have me on the show once a week. We it's probably the time that I actually show how inappropriate I really am. So that's probably terrible. Maybe I'll cut over.
Yeah, that's right. You're a respected
It's a pretty serious level too, by the way. Hey, Em, so it's been a big build-up this week. Obviously, you decided you needed a bit of a lift down at the club yesterday and you brought in the heavy artillery for a bit of a spiel.
I wasn't there.
I know. No, to be honest, Shawnee, we did have Rove in yesterday and the girls absolutely loved it. But you will be very happy that they did mention your speech a few years ago because that is one that you certainly can't forget. There were a lot of F words, C words, all of the words in between, and we just thought, how is this man on radio? So,
and what happened after that speech?
We lost. But anyway, beside the point there, Em, wasn't it?
We lost. So
But having Shaun do one of those speeches, have you seen the classic film Dead Poets Society when they all stand up on the desk and say, Captain, my Captain? Was it that feeling of unity and we've got a plan and this is going to happen from Shaun?
Absolutely. We bloody loved Shaun Ian, but we definitely loved Rove more, I think. He knew all the little bits and pieces that have been happening around the club. He's like a number one fan. It's incredible.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was talking to him about this, Em, just the other day, and he rattled off every detail about the women's team at Fremantle. He knew everything. He was actually telling me that he was he'd already planned ahead if Fremantle were able to get through this game, and I'm getting through the thing. So because he's away every weekend over on the East Coast, it was so refreshing that how much he's invested into the girls.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's commented on every single one of our AFLW posts. So he is certainly invested. He listens to the podcast every week, which he loves, which is just an honour because he's an icon of Australia. It's amazing that he was able to come in and the girls, I think, were really surprised because he did, like you said, rattle off all the things that have been happening around the club that probably no one else would know other than those that have been really following or inside the four walls.
Wow,
so
I feel like
amazing.
Without owning your team, he's your team's Ryan Reynolds. You know what I mean?
It was actually incredible. So we know that we've got Rove obviously planning the next trip when we make the prelim final. So that's amazing. You guys should start planning too. Nate, I'd love to see you there.
Oh, mate, I'll be the cheerleader. What are you talking about? We just got to work out how small my boob tube is. Your dress-up party. When's your dress-up party happening?
Okay, so I've got my costume sorted. We don't know when the dress-up is, obviously, because it's depending on when we lose.
Okay,
so,
are you going to tell us?
Or win.
You did ask me for some ideas,
the grand final.
so I spent my personal time doing it, and then you went and chose something yourself.
No, I've just got a few options. I need your options, though, but are they going to be easy to do? Because I need to be able to do it quickly.
I think so. You can be able to borrow some stuff. So the theme is F and D, isn't it? Yes?
Yes. Not your top two that other than the private part.
You could do F and D, Fran Dresser, who was the nanny. That's not bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or what about a female version? Shaun loves seeing a woman being recast in a man's role. It's one of his favourite things.
One of my favourite things.
And I think it's a powerful move for women as well. Why don't you do a female version of Flanders from The Simpsons.
Oh, that's actually... we could, yes.
There was a Perth band called
really
Flanders.
Thought about this.
I loved
This is
them.
great.
Have you got a little backpack and some shorts? You could be Dora. You're done.
Yeah.
Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, that's quite easy.
Yeah,
One of the other girls is already going.
But I'm sorry, I reckon a
Okay.
female version of Flanders. So you get his like pants, you get his shirt, you get the wig, and then you get like a big
And
mustache.
you've already got the mo.
Yeah, Perth. Geez, I need to go get a wax before this game. mate.
Hey, Em, on the game itself, how are you feeling towards this? It's another big moment, another great step forward for the team themselves. And you personally, you're up against a team that have been perennial final specialists over the last few years.
Yeah, we're really excited, Shawnee. I think, again, the win on the weekend allows us to carry momentum coming into this game, but also knowing that we just trust our process and everyone to do their role. We've had girls come in and out of the team, and I think the amount of adversity that we've faced this season speaks for itself. So I believe we can get the job done, and I think it's great that we've actually played Adelaide in the year as well as kind of a practice game, and we know where we went wrong there, and so I think that we can go and make amends this weekend. But we are absolutely pumped. Get me on this plane already.
Hey, when you're on the plane, I just want to know: are you a book reader? Do you put? Are you excited to see what films are out, and then you get stuck into one? What's the deal? What do we do?
Yeah, actually, it goes around the group chat what new series everyone's watching. So
Yes.
we usually try and download the same series. So The Perfect Couple was on for a while, so we were downloading that so everyone could watch
Good
the
one.
murder mystery
Yes.
on Netflix.
What are we up to now?
Did that. We actually don't have one. So if you guys have a suggestion, I can put it in the chat now.
Have you watched Bad Sisters? Because the second series of Bad Sisters just came out yesterday. It's a good one.
Yeah. If you've got Apple TV
great.
as
Yes,
well, there's
that's
really
Apple TV,
Yeah, there's a really while you're on there. Loot. It's Maya Rudolph.
that's
so
a great show
basically,
too.
in it, her husband is Adam Scott. He's a multi-billionaire, like Zuckerberg rich, and then he gets caught cheating, and then they divorce each other, and she gets half of his money. But she wants to prove that she's a good person by doing philanthropic.
Philanthropic.
Thanks. Things. And she wants to do that, and she goes about it all ass up. But
It's very funny.
It's only about 22 minutes an episode. You'll love it. Loot.
Beautiful. Okay, TV series and Mad Monday costume sorted. You guys are the best.
Now just win that game if
let's
you can.
go, Em. Of course, the semi-final against the Adelaide Crows. You'll be able to see it on Saturday, 12:35 our time here, Norwood Oval, where the Redlegs play. Emma O'Driscoll, go and get them.
Go get him, Em.
Let's go. Thanks so much,
Let's go,
guys.
mate.
Good job.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Perth Wildcats host the South East Melbourne Phoenix. Tip-off's at 6:30 tomorrow. And it's a bit of a must-win at the Wildcats at the moment because they're going just above 50-50 with Bryce out of the team.
Yeah.
Now, we're not knowing if he's going to be back for
Yeah.
tomorrow's game, but he's on the verge because he's doing all these shoot-arounds and one-on-ones at
Yes.
the moment. But what we do know is the Wildcats need your support. It's the Pink Army game.
Pink Army,
Natalie,
yes.
tell me about that, please.
Well, it's to raise
Started
money and awareness for breast cancer.
Yeah.
So, it's incredible. Everybody wears pink. They really get into it. They raise lots of money on that night.
And it started with Trevor Gleeson many years ago because his wife was suffering at the time.
She was, yeah.
So Bryce at the moment, so they want to get him recovered. Would he have carers walking into his car, making sure he doesn't strain his leg getting out of bed because they need him back? And when you're in recovery like that, what's the deal?
Well, when you're Bryce, you got to put him in
No
cotton wool.
trampolines?
No trampolines.
Some Bryce cotton wool.
Bryce
You
cotton
didn't
wool.
ever do that on purpose, did you?
No, you didn't.
I remember that Luke Longley, when he was playing in the NBA, having a conversation with him, he had all these things stipulated in his contract so he wouldn't hurt himself.
Like
One
what?
was body surfing.
Wait, so
Well,
he
he
was
wasn't
not allowed to go
allowed to.
body surfing?
That's very funny.
Isn't it? Because you're on $30 million
No.
a year, mate. You
Yeah.
could get injured. They're like,
Yeah.
mate,
Honestly.
you're 7'2". We can't replace you just like that.
I went to uni with a guy that played for Hawthorn, and
Yep.
he wasn't allowed to play kick to kick at lunchtime with the rest of the other guys.
But think
he wasn't
about it,
allowed to. He
right?
had to
Think
stand
about it.
out.
Think about it.
Because he couldn't risk it.
Anything could cause it. He could go 10-pin bowling. Quite safe.
Yeah.
Someone could drop a ball on his foot.
Yeah.
He could break his finger.
Yeah.
So if I was the
He
coach,
could fall off his bike and
If I was
hurt
the
his
coach,
knee,
a lot of things
for
happen.
example.
literally, I would have people armed guards next to him, and then who would go. I'd take it back to his house, and it'd be a softened room, just like a room, like a
So
padded,
just in case he falls down and just be
Yeah.
like, oh, that's
Can't
nice.
hurt himself.
Yeah.
No sharp edges.
Well, hopefully Bryce will be back and
Yeah,
we can
fingers
see him
crossed.
dominating for the Perth Wildcats. Moving on to, we spoke to Emma O'Driscoll earlier on, and it is exciting times because the Fremantle Dockers women's team are playing their second final.
Yes.
And it's a big deal because this team is a team that's been galvanised by all the disappointments that have happened in the past when one stage they were certain is the win, in my opinion.
They were robbed
certain
of a
is to win
premiership because
the
of
premiership,
COVID,
and
yeah.
COVID COVID struck, and the AFL decided to just scrap the competition.
Yeah.
Like, it was just
with,
crazy.
with a couple of games
In
to
the
go
finals.
as well. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, and besides that, when injuries take place in a team, and they're important injuries to the best players in the team at the time, then you pretty much rule a line through that team. But they've been able to get over these hurdles along the way. And I know we've said this a number of times, but the investment they have in each other and the amount of fun that they seem to be having, I'm really pumped for them to be able to go over to Adelaide on Saturday and come away with
Fingers
a victory.
crossed.
Oh, that's great.
And either way, it seems like Lisa Webb as their coach and as their leader has a different connection than most coaches do to their play
clearly.
group.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Madame Webb, we should call her. Terrible movie, but I feel like it gives her some importance.
Yeah, it does. And finally tonight, you will be able to see, if you can be bothered, Australia play Pakistan in a T20 game. It was playing at the Gabba. And nobody's been watching the cricket, particularly when it was played here on the weekend when Australia was playing in an ODI game. Nathan, the difference is 50 overs versus 20 overs. Tonight we see 20
50
overs.
is longer.
50.
It's true.
And there was just a smattering of people that turned up to watch that game because no one gives two rats.
But also, the frontline players weren't playing. Like, I know they went, it wasn't a B team. It absolutely was a B team. I mean, Josh Inglis, great guy, great player.
Great player.
When Josh Inglis is the captain and they're saying, it's not a B team, you wouldn't be captain if the A team was playing.
No, he wouldn't be captain. Mitch Marsh wasn't playing in that game, and he would have been
none
the
of the
captain
bowlers
of
were
that game.
either.
Yeah.
So is there, like, I just thought
We've got
if you love
Yes,
cricket,
we do have
you
great
love
depth.
cricket, but you don't. There's certain cricket we don't love as cricket people.
Well,
I
it's
think
just, you want to see the best players playing in these internationals,
so that's
and they
it,
weren't.
regardless. So,
the other thing to that is,
And what
Nathan,
else?
everyone's over the 50-over game.
It's kind of been caught in the
because
middle.
our lives are busy.
We're busy.
It's back when remember
Test
Guns N'
cricket still
Roses
has
were
its
doing
place.
12-minute songs back in the day. We had time back then.
People, Test cricket still has its place. People are still on board with that.
That's the one that goes for days.
That's 5 days, Nathan.
No,
but the
it's not.
2020 has basically overtaken one-day cricket as the excitement machine.
You won't sit there and watch a whole test, Shaun. Really? Really?
God,
Come on.
Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Come on.
Not every moment. Not every moment. But there's every day I will check in and sit down and watch the cricket.
It's like days of
Over
lives.
5
You can
days.
dip in and dip out.
Yeah, absolutely. You know the script. You know what's going to happen. I mean, obviously,
it out.
Hope's going to be upset about something. Richard's
you know
back
that
in
when
the new
Shane
actor.
Warne comes into the attack, there's going to be a wicket
Yeah,
at some
that's right.
stage.
That's right.
That was the thing. So there won't be many people watching this in a nutshell. Hopefully, when Australia start playing India, which begins next week here,
Yes,
then there'll
the
be a big
West
crowd
Test.
because the Indians in Western Australia will be right behind their team, and they'll provide a great atmosphere.
Or you can watch it. If you most TVs now, you can have like Netflix on, and the little window can be cricket. So you can have,
that's
like,
a good idea.
We all
Good
have
idea.
more than one device going at any one time. So,
Or you
cricket
can
on your
have
phone.
more devices.
Yeah, yes. Get on board.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.